You're listening to Book Club Babes. Let's get into it.
Hi.
Hello, hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's new and what's exciting?
I finished a book and it was so good. Top 5
Tell
books of
me.
2025.
Tell me,
Honestly,
tell
it
me,
was
tell me.
so fucking good. I think I was reading it last time, and maybe not. The Bright Years by Sarah Damoff.
Oh, you mentioned that. Yes, yeah.
My God, it was good. I highly recommend.
Right
Everybody should read
years.
it.
Okay.
It's like a very authentic, realistic look at like what addiction looks like in a family dynamic.
Okay.
But it's so much more than that. It was
Yep.
just really a really beautiful, and her writing is cool too. It like almost gives me Frederick Bachman vibes, where it's like it's not translated, but it's just like she's got little zingers, where you're like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna highlight that. I can highlight that.
That's a good line. That's a good
Mhm.
line.
Mhm. And it was her
Oh,
debut novel too, and I'm like, if all of her books are like this, I think she's gonna be like a Frederick Bachman, where everything he writes is just good. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah. Well, I'm putting it
So
on my list.
yeah,
I'm
I
putting it
can't
on
I
my
can't
list.
recommend it more. It was like honestly, and I would not. It's funny too because I would not have picked up this book. I don't usually love like a family drama. Like I've read so
Right.
many that it's just kind of like bleh, like who cares if other people's families are fucked or whatever. I mean, everybody's family is fucked, but
Yep.
Deb was the one who was like, "I want to read this book. Will you read it with me?" And I'm
Yeah.
so glad that I did. It's nice when that happens.
Yeah. And what did Deb think of it?
She loved it too.
Loved it too.
Yeah.
Nice. Love
I
it.
bought like we were both bawling our eyes out. We sent photos of each other like bawling our eyes out to be like this fucking book.
This
Oh.
book. This book.
Oh, yeah, you're
Ugh.
good. And then I also finished People We Meet on Vacation by our gal, Emily Henry, and it was good. It was cute.
Mhm.
It's cute
Yeah,
little
cute.
exactly what you'd want it to be. Yeah. What about
A nice
you?
a nice little summer listen read.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Literally nothing new at all because I was away this weekend. I was visiting family, having a summer weekend, swimming in the lake.
Hell yeah.
So, so I was a busy gal, so I have
Yeah.
not had a chance to read anything other than our book.
Yeah, how did you manage to get that in?
I got it in my downtime because I'm a
You've been like,
girl and
gotta
good at
read,
that. Oh,
gotta
and
read.
obviously my hack with the
Oh,
audio
yes.
and the
Yes.
EDD.
Actually, interestingly enough, I mean, yeah, I guess I can say it. I don't know why I was just gonna wait until we anyway, malfunctioning. I could not get into this book. I read like the first 3 or 4 chapters, and I
Mhm,
texted you and was like, "This book is so boring." Like I
mhm.
couldn't. I was like, "I don't like this. I'm finding it really pretentious," and I just like wasn't loving it. But I decided to listen to it instead because it was literally Sunday, and I was like, "I need to read this book fast because we have to talk about
Mhm.
it." So I
Yep.
did a listen, and I liked it much better being told the story than reading it.
Okay.
'Cause she
Yep.
does the
Yep.
accents and stuff too, like the Scottish accents,
Yes.
which
You love an accent.
yeah,
Love
love
an
an accent.
accent.
Yeah. So I think it just gave it more perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. It adds more character, a little je ne
Mhm.
sais quoi, if
Mhm.
you will.
Mhm. Mhm. And it took away, like, the pretentious vibes for me because
Right.
it's just like reading I don't know, I guess I just don't, like, love other countries' slang, like
Okay.
UK
Fair. Yeah.
slang or whatever,
Yeah.
like,
Fair. Yeah.
it just
That's
was like, I
fair.
don't fucking understand what's happening. So anyway, so being
I can
told it is
see
a little
how it
different.
would come off as pretentious.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I've been up
Cool.
to, really.
Cool. Cool.
Um, but we have one new babe, and her name is Cindy. So, hello, Cindy.
Hi,
Welcome. I
Cindy.
hope you enjoy hanging out with us in the book club.
But for now,
We should talk about our book this week in the first half.
let's do it. So do you
This
wanna talk about
month,
the cover?
yeah. So, first impressions on the cover. I like the style of art that it is. Like, I do like the background. I feel like it does kind of give that like historical family vibe. Like
Yeah.
obviously it's a nice house or something like that. There's art, etc.
Yeah, I
Um,
actually like love it. This is probably what drew me to the book, and
mhm,
it's such an interesting title.
mhm.
But something I was thinking of that's really interesting is how busy it is.
Yeah,
Like I'm kind of surprised from a graphic designer's perspective. I'm kind of surprised that they went with this, like the text over such a busy
right.
image.
Hmm.
Um, just because, oh, sorry, Ruby's coming to join us.
Hi, Ruby Q. Hi,
Hi,
Ruby
baby. Come
Q.
on in. Sorry.
Huh, Ruby.
Ruby's in here. And she can't see her because she's short. Um, yeah, like I was thinking if I did like a graphic like this, I
Hmm.
doubt a client would approve it just because
Yeah,
it's so busy.
yeah, yeah. That's a good point because, yeah, you wouldn't think to put from a design aspect to do that. You're right.
No.
But it is,
No.
I love the style of the art in the background.
Mhm.
It is interesting. I'm like, is there anything fun or anything on the back? I'm assuming not. It just
No.
looks like okay,
It's
yeah,
just
cute.
Joan. I'm wondering if this is Catherine.
Oh yes, Catherine, or would it be Margot too? Like the sister who's also famous, right? The sister of Lord
Um,
Lord
yes.
Lennox.
Lord Lennox, but I was wondering if it was Catherine because
True.
she seems to have some sort of tie between
Mm-hmm.
her
Mm-hmm.
dad and
True,
Elliot.
true. Both sides. Yeah, true, true,
Yes.
true.
Yeah. And I love that
Mm.
her Catherine's niece, who you're talking about, Margot's
Yeah.
daughter's name is George.
George, George. It's
That's
cute. It's
cute.
cute. It made me
It's
think of
cute.
George.
Hmm. And what's funny is in the Bright Years, there's also a George, but her name is Georgette and she goes by Jet, Jet,
Oh,
which is so cool.
cool. I like that. That's fun.
Yeah. So George
I've
has been
never heard of
Georgette
that.
lately.
Oh, Georgette. That's a cute.
Little Georgette. Yeah.
Oh, Georgette.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, what are your first impressions overall?
Again, I thought it was, well, okay, let's start off with when we were in the bookstore and we picked this book out, we noticed that Carly Fortune did a blurb
Mm-hmm.
on the cover. And what
Our
she
girl, yeah.
said was a spellbinding debut about friendship, motherhood, first love, and the choices that bind us, which like I do like Carly Fortune. So I
Hmm.
think maybe I was anticipating it to be a little bit more like
Right,
that, and it is
right.
not. And so
No.
I was a little thrown off at first.
Yes.
You?
To be honest, I've been enjoying the book. And I felt like I think it's probably because I identify and like can understand pen, obviously. And I just like that aspect of, I guess, like kind of like old world meets new world kind of thing, like that
Right.
whole like inheritance system and
Yeah.
how like Lord and Lady Lennox have gotten this building, but it's like the book take place in 2006. So like
Does it? Where did you get that? I was the whole time I was reading it, I'm like, where? There's no year.
I think it's just, is it in the synopsis of the book?
Or is it in the letter?
Oh, I think it might be on the letter. It might have said like October something 2006.
It does. You're right. That is it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. See, I
Okay.
just didn't read that because I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Letter. Dear Lord Lennox. Like, I was like,
Uh-huh.
ugh.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
How
here, Lord
pretentious.
Lennox. Fair. That is fair because I can see how it can come off as, I can definitely see how it comes off as pretentious. Totally see that.
Yeah.
But I think I just like that kind of aspect of how they might navigate this like old inherited world in a new age. I'm wondering how that'll play out or if it will past this point at all.
Right, right. Well, and I like that it's like two Canadian girls in
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Scotland. Like that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's
Although I
fun.
wish
Yeah.
that they do talk about Toronto a little bit because the two,
Mhm.
like the main character and her BFF were raised in Toronto, but not really a lot,
No.
not
No.
that much. It's more like the Scotland vibes of it all,
Yeah.
which I also like because I think it would be very pretty to be there. Um, yeah, so that's my first impressions. Would you like to hear about the author?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me
This
about it.
is this is the interesting. Have you ever heard of Greenhouse? They make like green juices and shit.
Yes.
Sh- She is a one of the owners.
Oh.
The owner, she's co-founded it. She co-founded Greenhouse Juice.
Oh, weird. Okay. Cool.
Right,
Go off.
that blew my fucking
Boss.
mind.
She's not only an author, she's a boss beach. Okay.
She
We
is
see
a
you.
boss beach. So in 2014, she co-founded Greenhouse, and apparently it's an award-winning organic Canadian beverage company, which is very cool. She has had two best-selling cookbooks underneath the Greenhouse branding. One is called The Greenhouse Cookbook, and the second is called How to Eat with One Hand. Which is just so like I'm just like
My mind is like being blown right
right?
now. Thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
yeah,
Okay.
because
Thank you.
I'm like, I know what that is. I lived in Toronto. I used to
Hmm.
walk by it. Like, I can't believe
Yeah.
this is a thing. But yeah, so that's exciting. So obviously she's Canadian. She currently lives in Toronto with her husband and her two daughters. This is her debut fiction, not her debut book, because she's got the two cookbooks. I felt like her name was familiar, although I'm not sure I necessarily would have tied it to a cookbook, but
Right.
maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know. Excitingly, this book became a read with Jenna book club pick and a New York Times bestseller. So good for
Yeah.
her debut. Although she has the greenhouse business, she also holds an MA in journalism and also a master's in international development from Sciences Po in Paris. So like she's educated.
Okay. Educated queen.
Yeah, she's done a lot of writing previous to her debut novel. Her writing has appeared in the Globe and Mail, the New York Times, the Walrus, Vogue, Literary Hub. So like she's a
Ever
writer.
heard of it?
Hmm. Oh, and she also co-hosts a freaking podcast called Fanfare, which is a culture podcast,
Okay.
uh, which talks about behind the scenes of her media and storytelling work. So, like, I don't know how this woman has time for anything, but
Plus has two kids. Okay. Cool.
yeah,
Cool.
plus has two kids. So good for her. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna tell you about her for now.
Fun. Wow. That blew my mind. That was
I
amazing.
I know.
I don't really have much more to add, other than that this book came out earlier this year, January 7th. And it was published by Pamela Dorman Books slash Viking, aka an imprint of Penguin. Like Kate said, was like an instant New York Times bestseller, and it's been a read with Jenna Pick, as well as part of a Barnes and Noble book club feature. And also it gained critical acclaim like right as soon as it came out, for it being like a coming of age story set in like a very atmospheric setting like
Right,
Scotland. So
right.
people, I guess that's what critics were loving about that. um Other than that, I don't really have much more to say about the actual book and like why she wanted to write it. Caitlin did send me like a little interesting thought on the metaphor that was tied into the title of the book. The common octopus isn't actually literal, it's more of a metaphor for coming of age, motherhood, um, and that kind of thing, and the self-sacrificing thought behind that. So that is where she came up with
Interesting.
the name for the book.
Interesting. I do
Yeah.
like the name a lot. Like it's a
Hmm.
cool name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like yeah, I don't know. Everything coming up to actually reading it, I was like, this sounds like a great book. Like the title's cool, the
Mhm.
cover's cool, the author seems
Yes.
cool. It's a read with Jenna. Like those are always good. But yeah, once I started reading it, I was like, I don't know. I don't
I don't
know.
know. I do have to say, I feel like the writing is definitely different
Hmm.
than what I'm used to. And I don't know if it is just the UK-ness of it or that kind of thing, or if it's her writing style. Because
Right.
I feel like even from Penn's perspective, though I guess she's kind of dubbed as the overachiever type person. So yeah, I'm a bit confused on that part, but I feel like overall I'm vibing with it,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah. There, well, and there's also like a gazillion characters. Well, like
Yes,
not
yes.
not all of them main, but that we're introduced
No,
to. So
yes. Oh my gosh. The name Flossie, oh my God.
who's
I love
Flossie?
seeing it.
Oh, that's the
It's just
girl.
a
Was that the
yeah,
sweater?
there's
Was that the
just a
raisin girl?
yeah, it's just yeah, there's just a girl and I think it's probably just part of the friend group, but I was just like Flossie, oh my God. I love that
That's a
name.
good one. That is a good one. Well, speaking of
Uh
characters, shall
yes.
we?
Yes. Tell me.
Okay, so first we're going to start with Penelope Penn Elliot Winters,
Mm-hmm.
who we meet immediately with the writing of
Yes.
the letter.
Yes.
She is a Canadian freshman at the University of Edinburgh. As you were saying, she's introverted, she's very intellectual, she is introspective, and she is also determined to uncover the mystery behind her parents' divorce. So
Mm-hmm.
interesting. And
Hmm.
then it ties back in, which is why I said her middle name, Elliot, ties back in, and that's how we get to the Lennoxes.
Yes. And her namesake, etc. And that would be Lord Elliot Lennox, who is a famous author of detective novels.
Mhm.
I'm getting like Sherlock Holmes vibes for some
Yeah,
reason,
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm
Or like
assuming that's
I was thinking like Michael Connolly. He does I only know this
right.
from Linda, but he does
Right.
Detective
Oh, okay.
Bosch. Bosch, is that was that his name?
Right.
Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so yeah, those kind of vibes. And then he seems to be kind of like, I guess, like aloof. He just like seems to like go and hide. Like he's
yeah.
eccentric, maybe. He like goes and like shuts down for days and writes and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like the
Yeah.
madness behind it kind of thing. He does seem a
Yeah.
little bit pretentious. Again, he's inherited this house and this inheritance aspect of the book maybe will play in a little bit later or not, but his he also has his whole family, and that's
Yeah.
who she's reaching out to in the beginning. Her namesake, she finds out from her dad that she's actually Elliot, comes from this guy. And then there's obviously Lady Lennox, his wife Christina.
Is it
um
Christina? I thought it was Catherine. It is Christina, you're right. Yes.
and she just kind of, well, we find out more about her, but what we first are introduced to Christina is like this domestic person. Like it seems like she cares and keeps for the house and does the domestic duties. That's how
Yeah,
we
and she's
first see
very
her.
maternal. Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then we
It
find
kind of
out
pisses me
she's a
off.
deeper. I know, right? Yes. I was also irritated by that too.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, Later on, obviously, we all read it, you hear last, but we find out that she's actually educated right alongside both Penn's dad and Elliot.
Hmm.
So that's
Hmm.
interesting. She's
And
and
she
she's
kind of,
even like highest of the class, like above them
yes,
even.
yes. And she ended up doing like taking care of the house and
Mhm.
whatnot, but it's not even her family's.
No, no, no.
And he's
Mm-mm.
just fucking in his little dungeon writing.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how I feel about Elliot, to be honest.
yeah, I don't know either. And I also really liked the insight that like they live in this literal castle and like
Hmm.
they do posh people things, but they're not really like loaded.
No,
I liked
no.
that. I liked finding that out because
Mhm.
it's like, okay, and it kind of gave Christina a little bit more like humanity in my eyes. Like, oh,
Hmm.
okay, like when she's getting her hands dirty, she's helping out because she kind of has to, but also because she wants to. And I just was like, that's interesting. I like that.
True. I do like that. And I liked how when she comes back around and she's like, well, actually, you weren't even here. And like she tells Elliot essentially how it is. Like, you weren't
Yeah.
even here the whole time. Like you showed up with this guest and then I had to deal with her. Like, hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, I guess that's like a stereotypical role, like the kind
Hmm.
of caregiving and whatnot falls on the woman because it is
Yes.
2006, so it's not like
Mhm.
super
True.
progressive yet. And then that goes back to her having her education, but kind of having to put it like sideways because she also has, I mean, we can talk about the Lennox family because she also
Yes.
has three children, and they
Hmm.
are Sasha, Freddie, and I thought they had three. Do they only have
I
two?
think it's I think it's the two boys, and then that George is like a cousin,
Elliot's niece.
technically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so Sasha, who is the eldest son and who is also the apple of Penn's eye, ish,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
ish.
Ish. We'll see how that
Uh,
goes. Yeah.
yes. And then Freddie, who is the younger one, who is being hidden at the house.
Complicated.
Yeah.
Complicated.
Yes. So we don't really know what's going on with
Mm-hmm.
him yet, do we? No, we haven't found out.
No, he's literally just like secret hidden away.
Yeah, but he's obviously done something bad. Like he's a bad
Yeah.
boy.
They say I did something bad, but why does it feel good so good? I
They
don't
say
know.
I did something bad.
Well,
I don't know. I was gonna try to mix in like Mad Woman or Cassandra with that, but it didn't come to me quick enough.
You wouldn't get it. You weren't there unless you
The
were
most
there.
fun
Night
I ever
five,
had.
Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Were you there? Because then you would get it. But otherwise, you wouldn't get it. Okay, and then George, who you were saying, Margot,
Hmm.
is Elliot's sister, who is also
Hmm.
like this like world-renowned fashion designer.
Fashion. Yeah.
Yeah, and like very like progressive when it comes to women's clothing because she's like
Hmm.
making like stuff that women actually want.
Hmm.
And then George has a child, a little baby named Danny,
A
and
baby.
George and Penn kind of end up becoming buds, which is cute.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting to see Penn take on a motherly role
Hmm.
here, like taking Danny, and then also that want of wanting to go back and visit with them again, even after her second time to, I can't even say the name, like Tomolda or something
Oh
like
yeah.
Tomo. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Um, After that second visit where she had a bad taste in her mouth.
I
She,
fucking loved how she was like, I'm not coming back. I don't give a shit. And just like said it like it is. I
mhm,
loved that. And I have a feeling
mhm.
she's coming back.
I think she's coming back because you are like she's already teasing in these ones how much she misses Danny and George
Hmm.
already.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we'll see about that. And then speaking of Margot slash George's family, Alice, fucking Penn's BFF from Canada, she has her own little like side story, which will be interesting to see. They obviously end up going together. They're also childhood friends. They also obviously go to Scotland together, but they make a kind of little pact at the beginning where they're like, we're going to do our own separate things. Like, don't like let me stop you from going and doing what you want to do, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So you can see that there's starting to be a shift in their friendship. Penn
Hmm.
assumes and is assuming correctly, but she's having relations with her teacher.
It's her philosophy tutor
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
who's
Yeah.
older and
And
married.
married.
And like, how hypocritical for Alice to tell. Like, I'm super curious as to why she told Penn that Sasha was like not a good choice for her. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
quite
in.
understand that.
And unless she's coming from like more from like a jaded perspective of like relations and stuff like that, like, oh, it might seem like, you're infatuated with him, but like boys aren't worth it kind of thing.
True. Or, like, maybe she's being protective because she is that,
True.
like, outgoing, like,
Mhm.
kind of tries to bring Penn out of her shell sort of
Yes.
friend, like, she's an actress,
Yeah.
and she just seems to be, like, beautiful, everyone looks at her, like, she's just kind of has that
Mhm.
personality, so maybe that's true, maybe it is a bit of but you think she would be, like, excited for Penn, like, "Oh my god, you've
Mhm.
never like, this is exciting," but
True,
I
because that it's
digress.
touched on a little that Penn is still a virgin at this
Mhm.
point. So you would
Mhm.
think that, yeah, maybe she would just be encouraging her to, like, just come out of her shell because it seems like her old self is very closed off and
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. And then along with their friend dynamic in Scotland, they've made a friend in Joe, who
Mhm.
also has a twin brother named Fergus, who is a part of
Mhm.
their like little posse. Um, Joe is she seems really smart. She likes women, which is funny. I love that little
Mhm.
perspective, like being tied in every now and again.
Yeah,
She seems super crass. She swears all the time, which I'm like also love.
love it.
But towards the end of these chapters, we were sort of seeing that maybe Penn was feeling a little bit third wheely with
Yeah.
Joe and
Mhm.
Alice, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Um, but yeah, okay, and then we've got Fergus, who is the twin, and he loves the Canadian girls. And then there's Charlie, who is another friend who apparently is infatuated with Alice.
Mhm.
Which
Yeah.
is interesting because of the whole
Mhm.
fucking la la la.
Yeah, the
Um,
whole teacher scenario or
mhm,
tutor scenario.
mhm, mhm,
Uh,
mhm.
Ew, I
Yeah,
hated him. He was
the
the worst. The
teacher.
teacher's the fucking worst. Like, he's so manipulative too. Like, gross. So
But I
gross.
kind of love, like, how Alice is like, "I
He's like,
want this too, so I'm
yeah,
going to take it," and how he's
yeah.
like, when he was saying like, he would say to her like, what did he say? I know that he said something about her weight, and then she did something, like, counterintuitive. Like, he says something to her, and then the next week, she deliberately does something
Mhm.
to, like, be like, "I don't give a fuck," kind of about that, which I like,
Exactly.
and even, like, their first kiss, she initiated it,
Mhm.
which is still like, it's creepy. You shouldn't be this man shouldn't be doing
No.
this. It's predatory
No.
behavior. Like, I'm not
Absolutely
okaying it
not.
at it by any means, but it's, like, almost as if Alice knows this is, like, some crazy taboo thing to do, and so she's just
Mhm.
leaning into it, like
Yeah.
but I think she's gonna get
Yes.
hurt.
Yes, I do obviously agree that she's a willing participant for sure. Um, I just I hated the fact that maybe the what I don't like is the perspective that he thinks he's in control, but because I don't think he actually is in
Right,
control. Like you're
right.
saying, I think Alice is quite aware of what's going on.
Yeah. Well, like, that scene where after sex, he would, like, lie on top of
Lay
her
on
and
top
not
of
let
her.
her
Yeah.
move,
Mm-hmm.
like
It
that you're well, exactly what you're saying. He's, like,
mhm.
trying he's
Mhm.
thinking that he's got the control, whereas
Yeah,
Alice
like
was like,
the
"Joke's on
grade
him."
part. Yeah,
Mhm.
like the
Yeah, giving
grade
him a 60 yeah, that was fucked, like and
and
that's actually
even yeah.
go ahead.
No, even like and Alice knows that that's the
Yes.
whole
Yes.
just to get her back into his
Yes.
office, like
Yes. That is, I can't remember what it's called, but that is like an incel tactic where they
mm,
put the woman down to then build them up and be
right.
seen as like
Yeah.
the hero character. Like that's a tactic to get women. And like he literally did that to her, but with her
Uh,
grades, which is so much worse. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Ick.
It's gross. But I do like that she seems to be aware of what's going on.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, and then we've got Ted Winters, who is Penn's dad, who seems to be like emotionally distant. We find out that he's had several affairs because he's also a teacher, like at the university or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, and her mother, who seems to have some mental health
Mhm.
issues, like
Yeah.
walked into traffic, kind of
Yeah.
not really emotionally available
Mhm.
either. Um, she wants to know why they got divorced. She has no idea what's going on there, although, like, maybe the affairs got to her mom, but she knew about the affairs and, like, I don't
Yeah.
know, I don't know, I don't know. But all of this to say, her family dynamic at home is pretty fucked up. So I'm wondering if she's finding a lot of solace in the Lennox's family dynamic because they
Mhm.
have like what you might think it to be a stereotypical family, right? Like a mom and a
True.
dad and the two kids, and they all la la
Sit
la
down and
like
have dinner together and laugh.
mhm,
Yeah, yeah.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah, and have common interests like going and riding horses and shit like that.
Exactly, exactly, and, like, what's her name? It's not Catherine, what is her name?
Catherine.
Christina.
Oh, Christina. Yeah, sorry,
Christina,
Christina.
she's very maternal and very, like,
Mhm.
mothering and loving towards Penn, and she does not get that in her own mother, so no wonder she's feeling that, like, pull to the family.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah, and clearly, well, I think we start to get a little hint of it, but clearly Christina is hiding something because she finds out that she actually know like when she fucking shows up and is all like, "Yo, hi, I'm here to stay and have a little visit," which is weird. I don't know. It's weird, but anyways,
Do
just
you
like
mean
showing
Christina
up.
or Penn?
Christina showing or no, sorry, Penn showing up at Christina and Elliot's, the Lennoxes,
When? Which time?
the first time.
Oh, like, yeah, it was weird that she wrote and
Yes.
then, like, came?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I was like,
because they
"Oh,
don't
hi,
know
yeah."
her. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess, but anyways, it's all, I guess, part of her finding her new self or
Yeah.
her real voice, I guess. Oh,
I'm
yeah, Chris,
curious.
she was surprised to know that Christina also knew her dad.
Yes, because she said "our." We haven't seen
Mhm.
our friend in a while or whatever, like
Mhm.
so do you
Yes.
think that their dad because her dad shows up in fucking Scotland because he's got business
Yes.
in London or whatever, and he's suddenly there, and then he says he's talking about how Elliot's really not a great guy, essentially, like, saying,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, the character that he writes in his novels, like, you
Mhm.
gotta know it to be able to write it sort of thing, like, essentially saying
Yep.
maybe he's, like, not that great because I think it sounds like the character might be, like, a bit of an alcoholic and blah, blah, blah,
Mhm.
and he also I can't remember what the exact quote was, but he kind of made mention to, like I'm wondering if Elliot stole Christina
Yeah.
from Ted.
That's the vibe I'm getting. But also, there's the comment from Elliot, aka Lord Daddy. He was like, "Oh, I'm sure his wife is very special indeed," or something like that, when he was talking about how, like, didn't because he was like, "Oh, well, what's going on with them or whatever, like your dad and stuff like that." And I feel didn't Penn say something along like the lines of like, "Oh, he got married and blah blah blah," and then he said something about like, "Oh, I'm sure she's very special," or
Right,
something like
yeah,
that.
like
Like,
some sort of
"Oh,
weird dig.
yeah, yeah," something like that. So I don't know if it's like a dig back to that or
Right.
if he maybe used her mom as like like something to make Christina jealous
Mm.
or something.
Mm.
I Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this family secret is.
Yeah, there's definitely, like, a weird dynamic going on, and to think that like, I'm curious to know when the riff happened, though, because
Mhm.
Penn, whose name is Penelope, I don't know if we said that, but her middle name, like, she's named after this man. So did the
Mhm.
falling out happen after she was born? And if so, does that mean that Christina was not? You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe Elliot, or no, maybe Ted, Penn's dad, cheats on Christina with her
Um,
mom, and then they
and
have
then she ends up with
Penelope,
Elliot?
and then she ends up with Elliot in the end and chooses Elliot, and then now he's forever like resentful of it, maybe.
Okay,
A theory, a theory,
I
a
like that,
theory, a
I like
theory.
that. But also, like, the divorce between Penn's parents, she's trying to figure out
Yeah.
what happened there. So, like,
Hmm.
what could have possibly happened there?
Yeah. Yeah, that's also interesting because yeah, there's definitely, you can tell that the mom suffers from, like you were saying, mental health issues. So it'll be interesting to see because she also a professor, the mom?
I feel like it was something like that.
Like also an
Yeah.
academic of some
Yeah,
sort?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It'll be interesting. I don't really feel like I have much thought about her mom yet because
Yeah.
it has kind of felt like she's on the outside and like
Yeah.
they're skirting around it
Yeah.
because it seems like she has more of an interest in her dad or a connection to her dad right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be interesting, but her
Interesting.
dad never tells the truth or like asks questions to get around
That
answering
would
a
drive me
question.
fucking nuts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And she finds that him and or Elliot and Ted are the same that way. So she's like,
Yes.
okay, I see that there's a little common thing here as well.
Yes. Yes. What do you think happened with Sasha inviting Penn down to like watch his game or whatever, and then
Mhm.
totally bailing on her, and then
Mhm.
showing up at the house and still bailing on her?
Yeah, and like
And that's when she
stonewalling
was
her.
like, yeah, and that's
Yeah.
when she was like, fuck it. Like, what do you think happened
Mhm.
there?
Yeah, I found that weird too. And then she finds the pictures of him and that other like royal
Oh
person
yeah,
in the
in the
magazine.
society magazines.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. What's going on with that?
So, and like she, well, and you, after that, subsequently, she gets real sad about that
Yeah,
and then like kisses Fergus about it. But like,
yeah. But then starts Matt IMing Sasha again too.
yeah, yeah. But then she automatically then is just like, oh no, bye. When he's like, so where'd you go and stuff. And she's like, actually, shut this conversation down.
Mm-hmm. 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 It's like she's guarded,
Yeah.
like she's trying to protect herself or
Yes.
whatever. But
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's interesting. And then also, well, I'm wondering if a same kind of situation might happen is that maybe her first love or her first idea of love is Sasha, but then maybe she like falls in love with Elliot or something like that and they have a baby together. Like not Elliot,
Freddie,
fucking
Freddie,
Freddie.
the other the
Because
brother.
I'm like he's
Mm,
like pretty like straightforward and is like, oh, you coming in here to like, snog
yeah,
or make out and shag or
yeah,
whatever. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That could be interesting because obviously, like, we know there's a tie to this family.
mhm.
And to talk, like, right on the cover, Carly Fortune says that it explores motherhood. So,
Mhm.
like, is she gonna have a baby? Like, who's.
Yes. I think she is that letter in the begin, like the now part of the book is
Yes,
her talking to
her
herself
baby.
or baby or
Right.
herself.
Yes, herself about her
Yeah.
baby. Yes, yeah, yeah. Because she
Yes.
says something like, I can't believe that your stomach may one
Hmm.
day be soft and hold the baby or
Right.
something like that. So she obviously has a
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if it's that, but that's 20 years difference. Hmm.
And like, how would that work if the Lennox family and her family has like beef and then
Yeah.
they decide to like get together? But is that actually true? Because at one point, Christina is talking about how she thinks that Penn is a good match for Sasha or Sasha because
Hmm.
she's like, he's always been like quiet and introverted. Like maybe she's a good match for her. Like she's a sweet girl. And
Hmm.
your own mother wouldn't think that if it wasn't
Hmm.
true, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then is there really beef? Because Christina is like, this is okay.
True. Or yeah. Yeah, true. I'm just assuming that because it's two men, it's like bruised egos or something.
True. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm just, just spitballing and throwing that out there, but like I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming it's something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
like it maybe Christina is the catalyst to it, but like she's gotten over it long ago. Like, okay, whatever, move on. Like we both have lives. I'm happy
True.
with you, blah,
True.
blah, blah.
True.
If
True.
she's confident in her relationship and blah blah blah. Maybe she
True.
is a mature adult.
Yeah, true. Interesting that you talk about the Fergus thing too, because that happened right at the end where
Hmm.
Penn and him have a little kissy kiss, but she does not sleep with him, and she makes that
Mm-mm.
very clear, which I fucking loved.
That was funny. I did laugh at that when she's like, "Bye, Fergus." Like, do a
Just like
little
left.
dip
Yeah.
and bye. Just pirouette right out of there. Dee doo.
But because Fergus is Joe's twin, is there going to be like a rift
Mm,
between the
yeah,
friends if something
true.
like if shit were to hit the fan with him and Hen
True.
or
True, because yeah,
what?
she's already feeling like icky and bad about that relationship with Alice and Joe.
Joe. Yeah.
So that might even exacerbate it. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
And that would suck. So,
And it's also interesting that Sasha lives so close to her while he's at school. I'm
right.
wondering if that'll come into play if she's like feeling really lonely, if maybe something does blow up with her friend group at school. Does
True.
she then lean on Sasha again and like meet up with him again that way because he is just like a few sub or tube stops away?
Yes, true. Also, there was his friend. I don't know if his friend is going to come back
Chet,
in. Chet,
yeah.
yeah. That would be like a blindside to
Mhm.
just like she ends up with him or whatever. Um,
True, yeah.
but I just thought I should
Yeah.
bring him up just in case. Because
Mhm.
she IMs with him.
True. And he's like trying to set up, I feel like Sasha with her. Like they're trying
Yeah,
to
but he's
like,
also flirty with her too.
yes, yeah, true. But she also is like, also, I also noticed this, sorry, complete left turn. Well, back to when she was visiting with them. Obviously, she has something to drink and she has a little bit of liquid courage. But I feel like even after that, like her second visit, where you're saying like she just comes out and says it, she almost has like this air of confidence with these people because they don't like know her like
Yes.
Alice
Well,
does.
yes. Yes. True. True. Actually, that's a good point. But she can be kind of anybody she wants.
Mhm.
And then when she thinks I'm never going to see these people again,
Yeah.
it's like whatever, I can do and say whatever I want, which
Hmm.
it probably is going to make them feel even more endeared to her because they weren't expecting that. And
Hmm.
she just was super straightforward and
Yeah.
said it like it was. Like what was happening? There was a point where something was happening at the dinner and she like called out Elliot for it.
Oh, I think it was just I think it was him being like a little bit like hoity-toity. Like,
And she
no?
just called I can't remember what it was, but I remember being like, yes, girl, like do it.
Oh,
Because they went
was
on
it?
that
Oh,
walk together and
yeah,
she
yeah.
she like rapid fired like straight shooter questions at him because he wasn't answering and then he like
Mhm.
sidestepped them too.
Yeah, does she make a comment like, "Oh, but now I see like your education is just like my dad, you don't answer questions," or something like
Yeah,
that? I
she
feel
says
like
something
she
like that.
says it like
Yeah.
just straight out at him like,
Yeah.
"What the hell, man?"
Yeah. Yeah. But when you're not like that and then you are, people like
Hmm.
tend to be like, ooh, this girl, there's more to
Hmm.
her instead of being like, oh, I don't like her. So it might backfire or
Yeah.
not backfire, depending on if she wants to be a part of the Lennox family or not.
That'll be interesting because yeah, the second time when she does see him, it is weird. She,
Well, and she's an
it's weird.
unwelcome guest.
Yeah, it's weird. Nobody really wants her there that time except Sasha, but then he doesn't even. Yeah, that's like a really weird vibes to go from that. And I can understand why she wants to have her little pity party.
Yes, yes, me too. Especially because she doesn't know the background of it. Like, and it
Hmm.
doesn't really seem like we do either. I initially thought that maybe it was the younger brother coming home that kind of like derailed everybody, but that would be really weird for Sasha because why would he not want to hang out with her because his little brother came home and like raised hell? Like I understand the parents maybe because I know that Christina like didn't she have to like contact the newspapers or something and like squash things. Like
Yeah,
it was really dramatic. But was that the reason why they didn't want her there? Or was it something else?
I think it was just it. I feel like, yeah, obviously they're trying to keep him like hidden away, and like that's why he's away in his room and nobody knows, quote unquote, that he's there. But I'm thinking that she's just was over maybe more overwhelmed in that moment. Like, I don't,
Christina,
I'm
yeah.
dealing, yeah, Christina, I'm dealing with this unexpected thing with my younger son and trying to figure out his life. And then Sasha just invites this person over for the weekend and I've got to entertain. Like, is it maybe just a lot at the one time? Or is
True.
it like, because like you were saying, she's says to Sasha, oh, you keep somebody like this around kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
Mm,
we'll just have to keep reading the book and then we
I
won't have any more questions.
we won't. This is true.
I don't know.
I guess just finish it
I'm
up.
not hating it. Like, I'm not gonna keep reading it. I'm interested to see where things go. I do like Penn as a character.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely relate to Penn. And I feel bad for her sometimes, but she's finding herself
Mhm.
and I'm interested to see where it goes.
Me too.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if like more of that like royal hierarchy kind of stuff or monarchy kind of comes back around into it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the family like secret is.
Yes. I think everybody's got some secrets. So, all
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I
right.
guess we'll find them out next week.
See you then. See you
Okay.
then.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. Please join us over at the Book Club Babes Facebook group for book discussions and to make your book recommendations, or on Instagram at bookclubbabes.pod.
If you'd like to reach out to us directly, you can email us at bookclubbabes.pod@gmail.com or contact us on our website at bookclubbabes.ca. If you love the Book Club Babes podcast, please tell a friend about us. And until next time,
Bye!